14-year-old Lew Alcindor walks into the Power Memorial Academy gymnasium expecting to find his teammates. Instead, he finds the Boston Celtics and Bill Russell, the greatest basketball player alive, sitting on a bench, not practicing, just sitting. Lew's coach walks him over, introduces him, says this kid is going to be something special someday. Russell doesn't stand, doesn't offer his hand, just looks at the skinny teenager and says 5 words that could have crushed him. "I'm not getting up for some kid." What happens in the next 5 seconds doesn't break Lew Alcindor. It builds him into Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, New York City, autumn 1961, Power Memorial Academy, a Catholic high school in Manhattan. The gym is nothing special. Wooden floor, worn smooth from decades of use. Bleachers that creak when you sit. Banners from championships past hanging from the rafters. The smell of sweat and floor polish and teenage ambition. Lew Alcindor is a freshman, 14 years old, already 6'8", growing so fast his mother can barely keep him in clothes. His knees ache from growth spurts. His coordination is still catching up to his height. But anyone who watches him play sees something. Potential. The kind of potential that makes coaches whisper to each other. The kind that makes scouts write names in notebooks. He's supposed to be at practice today. The freshman team. Learning fundamentals. Working on footwork. The things you do when you're 14 and dreaming of bigger things. But when he pushes through the gym doors, practice isn't happening. The gym is full of men. Real men. Professional athletes. Green warm-up jackets with white lettering. Boston Celtics. Lew freezes in the doorway. His heart stops. The Boston Celtics. Right here. In his gym. At his school. He knows them all from television. From the games his father watches on Sunday afternoons. Bob Cousy, the magician with the ball. Tommy Heinsohn, the scorer. Casey Jones, the defender. And there, sitting on a bench near the free throw line. Not warming up, not stretching, just sitting. Bill Russell, the greatest center in basketball, maybe the greatest player, period. 3 championships already, 3 more coming, then 3 more after that. 11 total before he's done. The most dominant force the game has ever seen. Lew has watched Russell on television for years, studied his movements, the way he blocks shots without fouling, the way he starts fast breaks with outlet passes, the way he owns the paint, like he built it himself. Russell is everything Lew wants to become, everything he dreams about when he practices alone in the park, until his fingers bleed. And now he's right there, 40 feet away. Real, human, sitting on a bench in a high school gym. Lew's coach sees him standing in the doorway. Coach Jack Donahue, a young guy, intense, believes in Lew's potential more than Lew believes in himself. He waves the freshman over. Lew walks across the gym. His legs feel strange, disconnected from his body. Every step echoes. The Celtics players glance at him. This skinny kid in a school uniform. Too tall for his age, too young to matter. Coach Donahue puts a hand on Lew's shoulder, guides him toward the bench where Russell sits. "Bill, this is Lew Alcindor. He's a freshman here, going to be a great player someday." Russell looks up, eyes finding Lew, scanning him, the height, the wingspan, the raw, unfinished body still years away from its final form. Russell has seen 1,000 kids like this, tall boys who think height equals basketball. Most of them wash out. Most of them never develop the skills, the instincts, the heart required to play at the highest level. He doesn't stand, doesn't offer his hand, doesn't smile or nod or give any indication that meeting this teenager matters to him at all. Instead, he says 5 words. "I'm not getting up just to meet some kid." The gym doesn't actually go quiet. The other Celtics keep warming up, balls bouncing, shoes squeaking, normal sounds of practice. But to Lew, everything goes silent. Those 5 words fill the entire gymnasium. Fill his entire world. Some kid. That's what he is to Bill Russell. Some kid, nobody, nothing, not worth the effort of standing. Coach Donahue tightens his grip on Lew's shoulder. An apology without words. Sorry I put you in this situation. Sorry I built this up. Sorry reality doesn't match the dream. Lew should leave, should turn around and walk out and nurse his wounded pride in private. Should learn the lesson everyone learns eventually. Never meet your heroes. They'll only disappoint you. But he doesn't leave. Something holds him there. Something he can't name. Maybe stubbornness. Maybe destiny. Maybe just the inability of a 14-year-old body to process information fast enough to make decisions. He stands there, looking at Russell, Russell looking at him, and then something happens. Russell's eyes change, just slightly. Almost imperceptibly, the dismissiveness fades. Something else takes its place. Not warmth exactly, not interest. Something harder to define. Recognition. Russell has seen talent before, has played against the best players in the world, knows what separates the great from the good, from the mediocre, from the hopeless. He can read potential the way some people read books, instantly, accurately. Without conscious thought, he sees something in Lew Alcindor's eyes, not in his body, not in his height or his wingspan or his still-growing frame. In his eyes, the way the kid didn't flinch, the way he absorbed those 5 words and kept standing, the way his jaw tightened, but his gaze never wavered. Russell holds that look. 5 seconds, 10, an eternity in a gymnasium full of noise and motion. Then he does something small, almost invisible. A slight nod, barely perceptible, an acknowledgement that passes between them like a secret. Russell turns back to whatever he was doing. The moment ends. Coach Donahue guides Lew away. The freshman team has its own practice space, time to work on fundamentals, time to forget about meeting heroes and focus on becoming one. But Lew doesn't forget. Can't forget. I'm not getting up just to meet some kid. The words stay with him. Not as an insult, as fuel. Some kid. He's going to show Bill Russell what some kid can do. Lew Alcindor goes on to lead Power Memorial to 71 consecutive victories, a high school record that still stands. He becomes the most recruited player in college basketball history, chooses UCLA, wins 3 national championships, changes his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, gets drafted first overall, wins 6 NBA championships, 6 MVP awards, becomes the highest scorer in NBA history, and Bill Russell, he watches. Their paths cross again over the years. The NBA is a small world. Legends meet legends. Champions recognize champions. By the time Kareem is dominating the league, Russell has become an elder statesman, respected, revered, the standard against which all centers are measured. They never become close friends. Different generations, different temperaments. Russell is fiery, confrontational, unapologetically himself. Kareem is cerebral, reserved, inwardly directed. But there's respect, mutual recognition of what each has accomplished. Years later, Kareem writes about that first meeting, about standing in that gymnasium as a skinny 14-year-old, about those 5 words that could have broken him. They say you should never meet your heroes, that it's mostly disappointing, disillusioning, or disheartening. But that wasn't my experience. I was thrilled. He spoke to me, and I thought I saw in his eyes a recognition of someone, like him, who had a passion for the game that burned deep and hot and bright. Or maybe that's what I wanted to see. Either way, it fueled me to strive harder to be more like him. That's the key. The transformation that happened in those 5 seconds. Russell's dismissal could have crushed a lesser kid, could have made him doubt himself, could have extinguished the fire before it ever really caught. Instead, it did the opposite. "I'm not getting up just to meet some kid" became, "I'm going to make you get up. I'm going to become someone you can't ignore. I'm going to be so good that when our eyes meet again, you'll remember this moment and know that you were looking at your successor. Some kid became the greatest scorer in NBA history. Some kid became a 6-time MVP. Some kid became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar." Russell knew. That's the secret hidden in those 5 words. He wasn't dismissing Lew Alcindor. He was testing him, seeing if the kid had what it takes, seeing if rejection would break him or build him. The kid didn't break. Russell saw that. In the 5 seconds of eye contact that followed. In the way Lew's jaw tightened, but his gaze held steady. In the slight nod Russell gave before turning away. He knew. Decades later, when Russell was asked about the great centers he'd seen, Kareem's name always came up. The respect was evident. One champion recognizing another. One legend acknowledging the next. But neither of them ever publicly discussed that moment in the Power Memorial Gym. That 5-second exchange that changed everything. Some moments are too personal, too formative, too sacred to share with the world. Until Kareem wrote about it. Until he finally revealed what happened when a 14-year-old kid met his hero and was told he wasn't worth standing for. "I thought I saw in his eyes a recognition of someone, like him, who had a passion for the game that burned deep and hot and bright." That's what Russell saw. Not a kid, a future, a successor, someone who would carry the torch forward, someone who would honor everything Russell built by building something even greater. Bill Russell died in 2022, 88 years old, 11 championships, the greatest winner in NBA history. Kareem was among those who mourned publicly, who spoke about what Russell meant to the game, to civil rights, to generations of players who came after. But privately, Kareem probably thought about that gym, that moment, those 5 words that lit a fire that burned for 40 years. "I'm not getting up just to meet some kid." Who's dismissing you right now? Who's telling you you're not worth their time? Who's looking at you and seeing just another face in the crowd? Good. Use it. Let it fuel you the way Russell's words fueled Kareem. Let it burn hot and bright until you become undeniable, until they have no choice but to stand, until they look at you and see not some kid, but someone who changed everything. Bill Russell never got up for Lew Alcindor, but eventually the whole world did. That's the power of those 5 seconds. Not the dismissal, the response to it. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't become a legend because Bill Russell believed in him. He became a legend because Bill Russell's doubt made him believe in himself even harder. Some kid. The 2 most powerful words Bill Russell ever said.